It's January, the London Coliseum, home of ENO, English National Opera. Just over a year from now, this will be the scene of the riskiest experiment in their history. They're going to open up the passionate world of opera and see if there's a remarkable hidden talent out there. It's never been attempted before, and it's fraught with difficulty.
We are going to try and find, in the British Isles, a singer who, without any professional experience or training, is going to be able to take part in a performance here within a year alongside an entirely professional cast, no microphones, huge orchestra, and succeed, and so that you can't tell the difference between them and the professionals. This, of course, is the largest theatre in London. And I'm beginning to think we might be a little bit crazy to even undertake such a venture.
The hunt is on for the voice it'll all depend on. The applications are on video.
It's a good bum.
There's been a stunning response. 2,500 people with no professional opera experience have entered the ring.
I love to sing very, very high.
Opera looks easy, but actually you're requiring somebody to be, if you like, a 100-metre runner and a marathon runner at the same time. They have to have short-term explosive skills and great stamina. They have to be able to act, and then on top of that, the voice has to be a voice that's not just good 3 feet away or with a microphone, but that can project into a huge auditorium, seemingly effortlessly. On a bad day, I panic, and I think it's just not possible. It's not possible to develop somebody's skills within that short space of time. But of course, one doesn't know what talent's out there.
2 months later, the lucky 100 are called to audition in groups of 10 all over the UK. They'll have group workshops, and for the audition itself, they can sing anything they want, from opera to gospel to rock.
Hello.
The judges will be trying to work out which of these people has the talent, staying power and charisma they'll need to be an opera singer, and why they might have slipped through the net up till now.
I didn't start singing till I was 30. I wanted to sing when I left school, but my father said, "You'll get yourself a proper job like anybody else."
I think the ideal thing for any singer is that they go straight to your heart, that your brain stops working, which is such a relief anyway, and you just give in. And sometimes you don't actually notice how they did it, but you just go with them. That's what I'm looking for.
Some of the things we're asking them to do are, you know, off the wall, if you like. They're not things that maybe they'll ever have been asked to do before.
This is a bit like, you know, Miss Jones. I'm sorry.
We've allotted 5 minutes to make differences, and we've got to see differences in that time. And if we don't, that person won't go on.
And just do it as if you're going to do the most spectacular projectile vomit. Do that for me? No.
With somebody who wasn't using any lower abdominal muscles, I might ask them to imagine they were vomiting or something of that nature. A bit extreme, but it does mean that the voice gets connected to those lower abdominal muscles.
That soft tummy. OK, off we go. And look at Tony. You can't see him, but he's very beautiful there. OK.
I'd given up hope once I sent the video in, to be honest. I thought, oh, well, they must be looking for something completely different. I still don't know what they're looking for, so I'll just be me.
I'm going to get Nick to play sometimes incredibly loud.
OK.
Yeah, and then you sing loud. You don't have to compete, but if he's loud, you sing loud.
Okay.
If he plays very soft,
Come down.
come right down, OK? And you just follow what you hear. So we're going to start loud. suddenly the whole thing explodes because you press the button inside them and there's a voice which has been sitting there but not allowed out. It's like someone driving a car. You've got a fantastic car. You need in the end to drive it at 150 miles an hour. Otherwise, you'll never find out what it's like. But of course, we're not allowed to in this country because we have a speed limit. But in opera, we're allowed to go beyond that.
What do you want to work on further?
Mainly what I'm trying to work on is build up repertoire. What's the best thing to start with?
You've obviously
anything that I enjoy. You know, I'm perfectly happy listening to, you know, I used to love Neil Diamond and Barry Manilow, and I'm not ashamed to admit it, you know. But they're great songs. What I like in general is normally good songs, well written. Are you able to continue with your lessons? Yeah. This is why I do the building, really, so that I can drop everything, because this is what I need to do, I think, so. So I have to do it, and I have to give it the best shot I can.
You're going to click your fingers. I'm going to keep the tempo going.
Okay.
It's going to go up the tempo a bit, and this is going to be a revivalist meeting. Off we go. Very important, very high status.
It ain't necessarily so.
Praise the Lord.
It ain't necessarily so. The things that you're liable to read in that Bible, it ain't necessarily so. Little David was small, but oh my. Said David was small, but oh my. He fought big Goliath, who lay down and dieth. Said David was small, but oh my. Wadu, zimbabwe do, huddle on the water, scatty yeah.
Fantastic. Well done, you. Yeah, what are you studying?
Law. Oh, God. I'm doing law at Sussex University.
Why, oh God?
Well, because we just don't, me and Law just don't know.
Singing.
No. No, see, singing for me is more than a voice. It's more, I have issues, but with singing, I don't have to have them. Just become someone else. Sometimes I sing to myself and I get goosebumps. And I sing and you connect with someone and it's an amazing feeling. But I don't think you can do that with law. I don't. Okay.
The panel are searching Britain to find 20 people for the next much tougher round of OPERATUNITY. It's been a promising start, but is there enough talent out there?
It's going very well. We've got some good voices now. However, a word of caution, it's still a very, very long way from here to getting them to sing on the stage at the Coliseum. Very, very, very different set of skills.
When I find myself in times of trouble, Mother Mary comes to me, speaking words of wisdom.
In pop, you can do lots of breathy sounds, but in classical singing, you can't unless it's for a very particular dramatic effect, and then it would be very occasional.
And now can you go, nya, 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 nya.
What you're looking for is an essence of pure sound. So you have to find that place where the centre of the instrument is.
Sing it again, keep that in your head.
Baby talk gets the folds to meet.
And it also uses a muscle inside the throat. It makes the sound that makes the voice project.
Okay, here we go. Ah, eyes open.
Eyes open.
Yeah.
Let it be.
Tell me.
Let it be. Let it be. Let it be. Whisper words of wisdom. Let it be.
And I'm going a long way, so make sure you keep in contact.
Let it be.
With your voice.
Let it be. Oh, let it be. Let it be. There will be an answer. Let it be.
Oh, yes, okay, well done. Great, fantastic.
Well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 100, 101, 102, 103, 104, 105, 106, 107, 108, 109, 110, 111, 112, 113, 114, 115, 116, 117, 118, 119
So many singers have chosen non-classical songs, the panel's got its work cut out to decide which, if any of them, will best adapt to the strict disciplines of opera.
In classical singing, and in opera in particular, the composer has written down what you're going to sing. There are some absolutes. You have to be able to sing certain music at a certain pace, at a certain volume, all the time, and there is no freedom.
So none of the twiddles, none of the expressive things. Okay. Absolutely. Okay. Grade 1.
Amazing grace, how sweet the sound.
When you're ready, you ready?
Yep. Fab.
The taxman's taken all my dough and left me in my stately home, blazing on a sunny afternoon.
I want digging. I want digging. I want, you know.
I work for a pig farm, and sometimes when I'm lonely, I go in the middle of the pigs and start singing. And when I start singing, they shout. They keep their mouth shut, and they come to me, and they don't make any noise. And when I finish my songs, they just start arguing and jumping around. It's really sad. I said, what about if the people would be like that? Loads of these things that happen in this world today won't happen.
That's right. I'm not really sure whether we're going to have 20.
Why not?
Well, it's a question of whether they've got the ability to go into an operatic genre. You know, whatever their voice is, fantastic instruments, but not necessarily operatic quality.
But the pressure on the panel's intense. However special the voice is, it'll need to be trained and fast. So they've got to predict who will respond best to instruction. A singer in working men's clubs, Siobhan Phillips knows little about opera. The only aria she knows is a tenor role, meant to be sung by a man.
Big sound, most peculiar vocal production, doesn't know really what she has in there. She's singing very, very low, but for operatic purposes, she is forcing her larynx low to sing like that. So the root of the tongue is very tight.
Just give it a little bit of a move. Does it scare you? It moves. It moves, yeah. It's a moving part. Amazing that, isn't it? Okay. When you're humming, I want you to try not to press it down. It's not moving.
That's the one, yeah. Okay, good girl.
Okay, so keep your tongue coming forward a little bit. Okay, I heard a click.
She's very receptive in that she's very trusting. She doesn't question why you're doing it. There's not a sense in her at all of dissent or disagreement or block. Now that's very rare, especially when you're asking somebody to do something so extreme, and it's a very good sign. But of course there's a long way to go.
Yeah, do this with your hand and go. Oh. Fantastic. How's that feel?
Fantastic. Yeah, I really enjoyed that because it's unusual. I've been singing for a long time, but probably not correctly, if I'm being honest. When you pointed out that it was actually moving, it was scary.
When you sing Summertime, do you sing it in, you know, as a tenor?
Yeah, because I don't actually know what I am. I know I'm obviously a woman, but I don't think I'm a contralto because I think my voice is actually deeper than that. But because you say I'm not really, I don't understand the kind
voice
of
types.
Yeah.
And you always sing on mic, don't you?
I do, yeah.
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 So how does it feel when you're not with a mic to protect
Free,
you?
really free, and like I can really give it some welly, you know. I can really let rip. It's wonderful.
Have you ever been to an opera?
Never. No, I'd love to. But I think there's a preconception that it's kind of upper class and not for the working classes, and I've never sort of... I've got a fear of not understanding it. I love the music, moves me. I mean, it sort of makes you feel like crying sometimes, but I don't actually understand it fully. I'd like to learn more about that side of it as well. And it's nice to use a softer voice as well. Because I heard some notes today that I've not heard myself do ever. So it's fantastic. Yeah, I've really enjoyed it. I nearly choked myself because I was trying to sing without it moving, and I'm thinking, oh my God. And then I went all dizzy, because I went for a right big note, and I took a really deep breath, and I was like staggering.
Yeah, and her speaking voice, you see, is nowhere near that. It's a depressed larynx situation,
Yeah, yes, I know.
holding it down. I mean, it's an extraordinary note, but if she starts to have lessons,
It's a fantastic voice.
It's a fantastic voice.
Absolutely.
Huge.
You're jealous.
I'm jealous.
I can tell that.
I'm jealous. And she's taller.
Yes.
She's taller. She's 5 times my height. It's just not fair. And she's got great hair. And it's natural by the looks of it. I mean, really.
The nationwide auditions are now more than halfway through. But the panel are worried that there are just not enough people out there with the talent to enter the big, passionate world that is opera.
You know, they're going to have to learn very, very quickly. So they're going to have to be the kind of people that just will pick up on something, take it on board and go for it.
I want you to have absolutely mad paroxysm, as if the devil, that all these things of hell are below you.
Verdi's Lady Macbeth is one of the most evil women in opera. To help Thalby Sortel express murderous passion, she's told to drop all inhibition and get very physical.
Hit the floor now, come on, hit the floor, hit the floor. We're asking people to express emotions of all kinds, usually of characters who are beyond all of us. So you have to be incredible imagination and incredible emotions that at the same time can be controlled.
Why did you choose the lady?
Because I'm quite a jolly person, but there is a lot of unexpressed anger in me. And stabbing someone while singing is better than doing it in real life, isn't it? Just now, they made me sing the whole thing again, rolling on the carpet. They said, now, how did you feel when you were rolling around on the carpet? I said, like I was in a porn movie. I said, and I could end up on the Continental shelf at my local video store.
Originally from Naples, Giuseppe De Ligia sings from the heart a Neapolitan street song. To unlock his voice, Mary King first gets him to sing less like an Italian and more like a duck.
Down the octave. Quack, 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 quack. Quack, 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 quack. It's a duck who's very fed up. It's a fed-up duck.
If you can make something happen outside the body, which is, if you like, a mirror image of what's going on inside the body, then you can get great results.
Fantastic. Well done, you. Quite exciting, isn't it?
And what do you do?
I was a chef until 5 years ago. In July '97, I had to stop because an unfortunate accident crushed my right hand due to a faulty equipment. The first 2 years were very difficult for me because I really feel that my best medicine was music. When I started singing 2 years ago, I stopped taking antidepressant. I'm always happy when I'm singing. Lifts my spirit.
Grazie a lei. Every level, from the point of presentation, from the point of view of rhythm, from the point of view of pitch, and counting.
The panel are beginning to realise that they are juggling with people's lives. That dream, to sing opera professionally, touches hearts in profound ways.
Spag bowl for tea then?
Mother of four, Jane Gilchrist, works at the checkout at Tesco's supermarket.
Certain arias just get right inside you. Not that I regret having children and getting married, but in the back of my mind I think I should have, you know, gone for my dream, really.
Put a bit of red wine in it, it makes all the difference.
He will call, dear baby wife of mine.
Aged 21, Jane tried for the Welsh National Opera, who told her to go off to music college, but family and lack of money prevented it, and the chance was lost.
This will all come to pass as I tell you. Banish your idle fears, for he will return.
In your world, how does opera fit? Is it a dream of yours? Is it a passion?
It's a passion. I'd love to be able to sing with a... well, the thing is, I know my children are still young, and I'd, you know, put them first probably. Well, no doubt about it, I'll put them first. But if an opportunity arose, we'd work around it. I'm sure my husband and I would work around it. And,
is he supportive of it?
Yes, oh yes, very much.
Does
He's
he
down the pub now.
Just may or may not be supportive.
Drinking for you. He's there for me in spirit.
Yes, absolutely. Yes, absolutely.
Suddenly, things were looking up.
Yeah, shall I take over? Okay.
One of the last contestants they meet is Denise Lee from Stoke-on-Trent.
Just one more step, and you're on a classic. You're on a cloth, fantastic. And we're coming here to this. You can probably feel under your shoes. Can you feel a bit of tape there? Yeah. Okay. So if you face
A mother of three, she's been blind since birth.
Okay.
Hello.
Hello.
It's the bright seraphim.
How did it start?
I'm a brass player, really. And brass bands are notoriously mean, so it was cheaper to get somebody from the third sort of row back to sing a couple of arias while they got their lips back in than to hire somebody in.
So which instrument did you play?
Cornet.
Denise, do you enjoy, you know, like in the workshop this morning and things, do you enjoy the dramatic side of things, the acting and performing?
I do, yeah, I do. I am very theatrical.
Are you theatrical at home?
Yes.
Right.
Lots of histrionics and tantrums.
Decision time. The judges now have to select the 20 to go through to the next stage, an intense weekend of training in London. Ted Jackson, the Sussex builder.
One of your jokes, is it? No. I'm delighted to inform you you've been selected to continue to the next stage of Opportunity. Congratulations. Well done. Cheers, guys.
Falvy Sawtell, last seen rolling on the floor as Lady Macbeth.
Oh no, they've not selected me.
Haven't they? What does it say?
It says how fantastic well to get this far, as only 100 people were chosen for audition. Oh, I haven't got any further.
Jane Gilchrist, the supermarket checkout assistant.
Oh my God, I'm shaking like a leaf now. I can't work now. Look, can I go home?
Should we get you a cup of tea?
I can't wait to tell my family now. My kids are going to be over the moon. My husband's going to be over the moon.
2 months later, the chosen 20 are brought to the London Coliseum itself for the next stage. They include George Ikadayashi, who prefers singing to law, Wendy Goodson, whose father prevented her singing, and Denise Lee, the blind mother of 3. Along with the lucky 20, 2 runners-up have been invited to attend this round without competing. Giuseppe De Ligia, the injured chef from Carlisle, and Siobhan Phillips, the club singer who sang the tenor aria Nessun Dorma. After an intensive weekend of training, they will each perform an aria, and the final 6 will then be chosen by an expanded panel, now chaired by E&O music director Paul Daniel.
We think we made the best choice in terms of the people who can travel the furthest, to go on the longest journey, to transform the way they do what they do already very well. But now we're down to the hard graft, and there's no apologies.
And when I clap my hands, you're going to stop and sing your favourite song.
This whole project is a huge risk for E&O. None of these people has any professional experience of opera. So is there really someone here who, in less than a year, can be trained to sing side by side with a cast of international performers?
Very good.
2 weeks ago, the panel chose an aria for each of them. They've had to memorise the music and the words in English, E&O only performs in English, and be ready for anything that's thrown at them.
The voice is not enough. That's the first thing. The voice is essential. You won't get anywhere in an operatic career without a fine voice. However, you do have to be able to act. So you have to be very comfortable with your body.
Now, what I saw then is that your breath, it comes by with servants. I then saw, here's the tune. And so in your body...
Opera is about big passions, and Jane's got to climb its Mount Everest. The Countess's aria from Mozart's Marriage of Figaro defeats many professional sopranos. The candidates must be good learners who instantly absorb the advice they're given.
Yeah, do you understand what I mean? The tension has to rise. You have got to grow in status. You have got to be 6 foot tall. You have got to be so proud. And you have done something so demeaning. And what is the justification of that? Why are you doing that? You're doing it
to win his love back.
Because you loved him. Because he loved you. Bastard. Yeah? Bastard man. So, sorry, men.
Still I can't forget the love of
Stay there.
Now, this is the most important moment in almost one of the greatest moments in all opera. When you get to there, why do you stop? What happens?
Come up with an idea, I don't know.
Yeah. You're still in the thought of what it was like to be in love with him.
Mm-hmm.
And it just sort of stops. Just try. I'm not going to say any more. Go from still I can't forget. Go.
Still I can't forget his wooing and the love of long ago. Still I can't forget the love of long ago.
It's amazing, that moment. You know, you're still in C major. Well, G major, C major, they're kind of happy keys, kind of. But there's something, for me, incredibly sad about saying I remember these things and I don't know whether I'll ever get his love back.
Mm-hmm.
And in that pause, just play with that pause.
Here's an end to your life as a rover. Here's an end to the young Casanova. It was fun for a while, but it's over. we will soon wipe the smile off your face.
I wasn't musical at all. My voice broke very early when I was in primary school. And the English teacher was sick of me talking because she could hear me above everyone. So she says, go to choir or go to detention. I said, okay, I'll go to choir and get off the double detention it was. So I went to choir, and that's why it all started. 6 years ago, I would have thought to myself, you'll be singing arias from operas. I would have just said, I don't think so, never in a million years. I had such a stereotype opinion of them, sort of thing. I was like a bunch of fat divas rolling about the stage. And then I found the magic flute. As soon as I heard it, I just went, oh, that's my music. As soon as I heard the overture, I just said, that is the music I'm meant to be listening to, nothing else.
You're too close to your partners.
They're also given tough exercises in group workshops. Karen Gillingham forces them to lose inhibitions and tries to help them be convincing stage performers.
And stop. Fantastic. Okay, why do you think I made you do that?
To make us trust each other.
Yeah, but the other thing is communication. Knowing how to access communication between two people without discussing it is really important. I mean, obviously, you've got rehearsals and everything, but when you're on stage, just like you say, if something goes wrong, you have to know how to get out of it. And just by, you know, being able to kind of feel what that person's doing, sometimes you can.
You're passionate about the job.
I never ever thought that I'd end up working in an investment bank in such a sort of rigid, serious environment. It's not really me deep down. I mean, deep down, opera is me. Everyone is sort of feeling, oh my goodness, we're sort of being put in situations that, who knows, we either sink or swim. I mean, I don't know, you know, none of us know what the judges are looking for.
Don't look, but what colour is the carpet?
Brown and ready.
Yeah, you know that too well because you keep looking at it, okay? And you look at it between phrases.
Where should I look then?
Well, it's an incredibly important question. My feeling is God is just about to become very important in this aria, the bit you're not doing.
Well, yeah, and faith and her religion and everything.
Yeah,
Is so
and
important.
God is generally speaking in the dress circle.
Yeah.
My life has been The characters that are involved in opera are larger than life, living on an emotional plane that most of us, you know, don't do for our own sanity, probably. And it therefore releases some of these big emotions.
Margaret has to learn to sing about passion without being swept away by it.
Yeah. Hey. Well done. Well done.
Thank you. That was really helpful.
It's like actors, you know, if you've got a really, really upsetting scene to play,
Yeah, you do. You
do
get
all
so
the crying
wrapped up
now,
in it.
because when you get on stage,
can't.
you want to be
It's got to be
absolutely Joe Cool. But it's not you anymore, okay?
I
You're-
know, it's
okay.
me. Yes, I'm fine. I've got my boyfriend.
Problem about emotions, they go straight to your throat. It's to do with touching on those emotions and be able to let them out, but not let them affect you, because otherwise you won't get through the opera.
I have been blind since I was born. I didn't want a white stick. I'm probably just so vain. I'd rather fall down a big hole than walk along with with a white stick. That's how stupid I am.
Keep pulling, keep your chest wide. That's it, keep pulling. Keep pulling. Fantastic, keep pulling. Another thing that's quite common is that they don't use their whole body to support the instrument. So they are, if you like, singing from the neck up. And you need to develop the muscles in the back and around the ribs and the lower abdominal muscles. That's it. Nice fat diphthongs. Fantastic. Well done.
It gets closer and closer all the time, which makes it harder and harder because it's within my grasp now. I don't know when they're going to tell us, but I don't think I can stand another week of waiting for the postman.
Singing is such a release. especially the operatic stuff. It's got so much feeling in it and so much release. It's like having 10 pints of beer. You know, you get, well, it's better than that because you're aware of it. So you're aware of the release that you're getting.
Now keep breathing. There's suddenly new music here, and it's like, you know something's happening. What is it? It's happened. It's happened. You see? Okay? You made it happen. You made her arrive. Okay, go.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. It should turn you on.
Yeah.
Does it turn you on?
Yes,
if it turns you on, it turns us on.
Yeah. I'm really quite nervous about this because I really want to win it. I want to get in there. I want to be in the last 6. And I would imagine that's what most people are thinking. And a lot of people probably won't admit it, you know, because it's not cool and it's not very English to want to win.
The 2 runners-up, Siobhan and Giuseppe, are not being asked to compete, but they've also been given an aria to prepare. They don't know it, but if they excel, they'll be back in the competition with a chance of the ultimate prize.
1,000.
1,000.
That's it. That's the kind of energy. Fun. Okay, off we go.
1,000 maidens.
No, do it as much as you did when you spoke it. Enormous, enormous. Imagine 1,000 women.
Madam, most foul it is, pity I find it.
From Yorkshire, club singer Siobhan's been forcing her extraordinary deep voice to sing in all sorts of wrong ways.
Where's my tongue going?
High at the back, forward at the front.
Mary King is worried that she may have been doing real damage to her vocal cords.
I set my nets against the sky.
Impressed by Giuseppe's progress, Mary King brings him back for a special session. If Paul Daniel's as impressed as she is, he could be promoted back into the competition.
When you hear my music play, you know that I'm not far away.
That's great. You can't, in Mozart, you can't slide off the top note quite so easily. Have another go. It's very, very good. It's very clear.
If I have achieved my heart's desire, I'd hang my nets up and retire.
That's lovely, yeah. Yeah. Would you like to sing on stage later? Because we weren't planning that. Would you like to sing that in the theatre?
Is the camera looking?
It might be.
Yes, thank you.
As part of their intense immersion in the world of opera, the candidates are invited to tonight's performance at the Coliseum. First, back to the hotel for a quick change.
James, hurry up, I need to do my hair.
Tomorrow night, they'll be on stage here themselves, each with only a few minutes to convince the judges to put them into the next round. So tonight, they'll be looking and listening for anything to give them the edge. Movement, voice projection, stagecraft. Everything that convinces and grips an opera audience.
We can sing it here tomorrow.
You ladies growing elderly, with foreheads that are wrinkling, a shampoo with what I sell to you.
After the show, it's the first time any of them's been on this famous stage. Their second will be tomorrow night, when they'll be singing here to compete for the chance of a lifetime. To sing in a year's time in a full-blown production.
It's so cool, I'm on the Coliseum stage.
This is your first time on the stage, yeah?
Yeah.
Right, well, the audience is that way. Okay, here we go.
Oh my God.
How about that? Right, come on, the song. Let everyone start. You start something. Right. Right, you've had your turn now. That's it. Come on. Anyone else like to have a go? Don't be shy. This isn't about being shy after all, is it?
Tramontata stelle, tramontata stelle all'alba vincerò.
Keep going.
Vincerò, vincerò.
Siobhan enjoys her brief moment of acclaim, but the panel's taken drastic action to check out the state of her vocal cords, and she's got a lot on her mind.
Very worried, yeah. Yeah, I was finding it hard to get to sleep last night, and hence the bags, and, you know, but hopefully by the end of the day, I'll know. I mean, I do want to know. It's the kind of thing, come on, Doc, what's the damage kind of thing.
Starting chest. Hey.
Hey.
And a higher one. Hey.
Hey.
And a higher one. Okay, well done. The major issue that I found is that the larynx looks too dry and sticky to me.
Yeah.
I'm going to give you a medicine.
There's no irreparable damage, but Siobhan's going to have to mend her ways.
I'd like to cut tea out of your diet entirely for a couple of weeks.
Really? That's awful.
Because tea can dry you out. And I also would like you to stay off of red wine or beer.
That's my favourite tipple,
Is it?
red wine, yeah.
Yeah.
Is there any alcoholic drink that's acceptable?
Well, probably white wine is the best.
Right. No tea, no red wine. In fact, I'm just going to go join a nunnery.
Showtime at the Coliseum. In this huge theatre in front of spotlit judges and an audience of rivals, now they must deliver.
In the shimmering starlight. Now it's down to the last 6, and I don't know what they're looking for. And if they don't like it, I'll be absolutely gutted. Oh, tender kisses, passionate caresses.
There's some absolutely fabulous notes, aren't there? But it's not, the percentage is not 100% all the time. When it's in the right slot, you get these isolated,
lovely notes.
No, stunning, completely stunning notes.
1,000 maidens might be fun, but I have to set my heart on one.
Giuseppe, lovely voice, I have to say.
Yeah, it is, absolutely.
And he just needs to learn to communicate more with it and to convey, but his personality shines through.
I think he should be greatly encouraged by what he's done.
Oh,
really
he's way on the way, yeah.
My tears flow, my tears, cease not yours.
Now, Denise.
Now, there's a quality.
Oh.
It's absolutely the most beautiful voice. And she pulls you in towards her. You're not aware of anything else in the room except her singing. It's beautiful singing.
Yeah, very magnetic. We had a very inventive kind of session. You know, she was suggesting things that I'd never thought of before in that area, and she manufactured a really interesting shape for the whole thing, with the emotions really changing and developing. Now, when she came on tonight, she'd applied it in different ways in different places, and, you know, the phrasing and the breathing and the colours were all completely spontaneous and new.
Just watch me, you will see how I force her to obey me, to obey me, to obey me.
I would love to be an opera singer, but in speaking with my parents, they were saying, well, there's no money in music. So I've always put it in the back of my mind, but I think in my heart of hearts, I am a singer.
France. It'd be lovely to work on connecting what he's doing facially and trying to make that connection physically.
Absolutely.
Yeah, because that's wonderful.
It's a great comedian.
Yes, you can leave it all to me, leave all to me, leave all to me.
How often I have read them.
You just think that the key to singing well is for it to sound melodic, in tune, but it's so much more than that, is what I'm realising. I mean, I think I've been through more emotions in this piece than I have in the past 30 years.
I know I should destroy them, but I can't.
she allows herself to go
In that
places
awful
where
place.
she's actually not going to be anywhere near in control. You know, she got
But you have to do
very
it.
emotional
Yeah.
yesterday. I think she has no idea how much she's got yet.
Skies of December.
You must go and join the fighting. You may find it quite exciting. Wearing armor may not suit you, but it's handy when they shoot you.
James Little.
Great voice.
Yeah. And personality on
Yes,
stage.
I love it.
Real
Yes.
personality. He's great, yeah. He really is.
He was really working hard at all the things he'd been asked to do.
Yes, he was.
Yep, every single one.
You know, try this. He's like an explorer, isn't he? He really wants to explore it all.
He's
He wants-
hungry. There's
Yeah,
something
exactly.
about him. He's hungry for it.
Yeah.
We will soon wipe the smile off your face.
Yes, he loved me, but quickly.
My dream would be to sing for my living, to give my children a bit more than they have. It would be a wonderful way to completely change my life.
Jane Gilchrist.
She's fantastic.
Yeah, seconded.
She did so many other things that, you know,
So brave.
I mean, it's so hard. Anyway, that aria.
I don't think she knows how hard it is my feeling. And the thing about that recitative is that it's very hard to sculpt that recitative. And she did several things that weren't planned, that we talked about all sorts of options, but she did things that surprised me. That is...
And we cried.
well, I'm afraid I did, yes. Snivelling, disgrace. It's only the lateness of the hour, of course. I'm not normally like that.
Well, it's 2 in the morning. What do you expect?
They can now have a drink in the bar without worrying that it'll wreck their performance. While the judges agonise, all the candidates can do is try and wind down.
So everyone's going to get to bed before
the
3
fact
o'clock
that
then.
people, don't get through.
I know.
Got a real problem with it.
I know.
It's not about... Hang on, it's not about whether people have failed.
No.
This is actually...
No,
this
it's
is
not.
about,
It's really
this
not.
This is about an opportunity. It's what they've made of this weekend's opportunity. And then by now,
Yeah.
early on Monday morning, who's gone furthest?
It was awful. What?
On stage.
It was a tragedy.
Oh my God! He's not human!
It was fun. I don't know how it went, but it was fun. But I have it all arranged.
God, I can't do this. It's a very subjective thing, though we try to be objective. But it's impossible to be objective about a voice because it touches your very soul. I've got 7.5 here.
You've got 7.5. Who's going to be a half? You're so contrary.
And finally, the candidates assemble to await the judges.
My goodness. Now. You are amazingly talented people to have come this far, and you're going places big time. We've chosen, not because we wanted to find the very best of everything or the most accomplished of everything. We wanted to use the spirit of this whole project, which is to give people opportunities. Okay? So you have taken the opportunity this weekend and done fantastic things with it. And now we have to go forward to the next bit, and we're very, very excited about that. These are the 6 we've all come to the same conclusion about. Margaret Rapaport, Franz Hepburn, James Little, Jane Gilchrist, Denise Lee, and Mary Oliver. Congratulations.
The successful six will be coming back to London for 2 weeks of the most intense musical work of their lives. They'll have to learn the real business of opera, which is to be able to sing in a drama with other people. Only then will the final winner be chosen.
I so prepared myself to not get through that I've still got that blooming mentality that I got into my head that I wasn't going to get through.
Okay, Mum. You ring me back soon? Okay. All right, bye. It's grand, you had to hang up.
I wanted to be there all my life. I just feel like I'm in heaven. Like I'm in heaven.
2 months later, the six arrive at ENO's rehearsal studios. They know that the next fortnight could change their lives.
This is where you're going to be doing the bulk of your work.
You can always rely on Mary for an honest opinion.
Each knows that they're rivals. Next, despite this, they'll have to prove to the judges that they can work together.
Have you got Scottish blood? No. Have you really? You're going to tell me in a minute you're black, aren't you? Want to get B-R-I-T! But we all hate each other and hope we lose. This way. And careful.
It might come as a bit of a shock to them, but opera isn't just about singing. They'll have to move and act convincingly too.
When we left them in May, they were one type of person, they were one type of standard. Now I'm seeing them differently. We always said that once we got to the summer school, we would be treating them like we would treat any group of professionals. If they can't translate what needs to happen into physical sensation, then they're not going to progress.
Came in here and had a weep while there was nobody in here. I think we were just, it's a combination of trying to wrestle with things that we've never done before, because of course this is so intensive, and also being absolutely knackered.
Come on, Franz, that's you. Move it.
I underestimated just how much hard work it was going to be. We're all feeling physically, emotionally and mentally drained. You just don't really know what it's going to involve until you actually start doing it. And in terms of learning curve, I mean, mine has just been vertical.
Keep the voice open. Come on.
What did you say? No, I mean it. No, I mean it. I will not stay. Tell me you're teasing. No, I'll leave it.
Give me some clavage.
How do you feel in that, Denise?
$1 million.
Just try to hang me.
In the feet and the hips.
It isn't funny. It isn't funny. I want to go. Have you gone crazy? No, I mean it. No, I am leaving.
Does my bum look big in this? Now, can I keep going anymore?
No.
Not too much more.
I will not stay. No. I will not stay. Yes, but I was joking. Yes, but I was joking. Yes, but I was joking. Yes, joking. Yes. I want to go. Yes, I want to go.
After stimulating workshops, it's straight into the first costume rehearsal for an extract from Verdi's Falstaff. They'll have to sing and act with others while competing against them for the big prize.
We're all tiptoeing around the issue and everybody's being terribly careful not to mention it, but this is, at base level, a competition. Everybody is tiptoeing around it, but it's an issue. It has to be, doesn't it?
I've never really performed. I think the last time I was on stage was probably age 10 for the school play. As far as I'm concerned, I have counted myself out of the competition.
I've planned it out already.
Any kind of profession that you have a passion about, then you've got to feel that if you've got a dream and you want to do it, then you have to be selfish in some ways, because you think, well, I'm sorry, but this is what I want to do and this is my road and I'm going to go for it.
As well as ensemble pieces, they'll each have to sing an individual aria. Denise's is a famous showpiece from Gounod's Faust, about a woman admiring herself and her jewels in the mirror.
Denise, when she sat with her legs spread out like that and her toes wiggling,
and her hands against the floor. She just found that position, and all of a sudden you go, why not? Why not have her on her back and rolling and coming up and feeling her body in a different way? Now, I didn't tell her to do that, she did that.
The second week and the costume rehearsal of Mozart's Marriage of Figaro. The scene is all about seduction and disguise. Jane, playing the Countess, has to swap clothes with her maid to try and catch out her husband, the adulterous Count. 21-year-old James has to play a seducer of experience and sophistication.
I'd never have a 21-year-old man wanting me sexually, I don't think. When it gets down there, I realise, oh my God, no,
good,
and then
good,
do the angry
go,
bit.
go.
Yeah? I'm getting flushed now.
Go, girl, go.
It's lovely. No, I can't believe I'm saying that.
So you're on a leg,
Yeah.
you're going for the big time leg, and then you can't resist, and you go, oh, baby, come here. Yeah.
Is that better?
Okay, that's
And
better.
I'll keep my hand down.
Thrill me with my desire.
Now, James, we need to take it to the next level, okay? It's not a young boy in love. You know all about women and women's legs and what happens as you go up them. Huh?
Hello.
Right? So be more confident about it all.
Full dress rehearsal, the Britten Theatre at the Royal College of Music. The judges are there watching. Now the pressure is really on. This is the first time some of them have ever set foot on a stage, and the nerves are beginning to fray.
I don't know, Dan, if it feels awkward and I'm missing my cues, I don't want it on.
It's a dress rehearsal. Tomorrow will be fine.
Oh, but it fucking won't be. I don't know where I'm looking. I'm all over the bloody shop.
Look, stop being so negative, okay? Tomorrow's another day. Tomorrow will be fine.
Jane, don't tell us how you feel afterwards, okay? I've never seen you before. I've never seen you perform before. I see you come on stage, I go, what a beautiful woman. She sings fantastically. I understand what she's saying. What a pro. And then you walk off like that, and I think, oh dear, you grow up. If you saw somebody do that, and they screw up on a word, and then you see them go
On the way out.
not good.
Going
Pull your socks up.
Can't let myself down. Got to do my best.
So Mary said, early night, no sex, no beer, which is more unfortunate really than the sex, no wine, no talking. So I've broken one of those rules, and it isn't the wine, beer or sex.
Riding on the Ritz. You can tell me know the words, can't you?
Oh, bloody hell. Crap, aren't we?
Oh my God, this is it. Thank you very much.
If you've got big match temperament and you enjoy the challenge, and if that stimulates you and you find it exciting, then I think your anxiety will be less than if you feel this is, last chance saloon, and that can then throw up an awful lot of real physical factors that will affect your voice.
While an invited audience take their seats, and with Tony Legg conducting members of the E&O Orchestra and opera singer Tom Randall joining the panel, it's curtain up.
He's about to come on. You in there, Meg in there. Get ready, get ready, get ready, get ready.
Oh my God, hang on.
Miss Gilchrist?
I know, Miss Gilchrist. Somebody tell her that my name is Gilchrist.
I
will teach you better manners with a clipper on the heels. They fill my heart with ecstasy. Fill me with wild desire.
After the opera extracts and the performances of individual arias, the judges now have to decide.
We did it.
They enjoyed it. Yeah, they liked it.
They're actually laughing in points.
They must work out who will best be able to sing in a full-blown production in front of a paying audience at the London Coliseum in 8 months' time. The judges have decided that since anything can happen in the next 8 months, and it's going to be a one-night-only live performance, they should choose 2 winners. But getting to a decision is proving tough.
Right, Jane has 5. Margaret and Denise both have 3. And James has 1.
So what does that mean?
It means that Jane will definitely sing on the stage of the English National Opera.
Then I think we should go round again, choosing only from these...
Out of Margaret and Denise.
It's not going to help us, is it?
Nope, because there's going to be
Gonna be
3 on each
6.
side.
We should have had 7 people on the panel.
I think that given that we have got 3 for Margaret and 3 for Denise, you, as in your position as boss of ENO, you have to make the casting vote, which is what would happen in the profession. I think it is.
I think it should be Denise.
Why? Yes. Okay.
Because I think she, vocally, histrionically, you know, psychologically, will be able to make the most of what this performance will be.
Why is it taking so long? They couldn't make a decision. It was really hard. It'll be 2 minutes, and then you can come on stage, all right?
Ready? Taking a picture.
Let's make funny noises.
It's been almost impossible. It's hard because it now becomes something about 1, 2 people doing something that the others won't do. So I suppose there are 4 that aren't. But the 2 that are Jane and Denise.
Denise!
So congratulations.
Well done. I won't let you down, I won't let you down.
You've done it.
Oh my God! You've all been so fantastic. It's been so wonderful. So wonderful, I can't tell you how wonderful.
Well, it's going to give even more wonderful after this.
Oh my God. Do you know how many children we've got between us?
Denise and Jane have no idea what part they might be playing in which opera. After a summer break, they'll find out the momentous news.
It's Rigoletto. So what we want you to do is to take home this little role called Gilda.
September, and with 6 months to the big night, ENO has taken a massive decision.
It never occurred to me that this is what
Not, as originally planned, a small role for the winners, but sharing the lead soprano role of Gilda in their acclaimed production of Verdi's Rigoletto.
How many stairs?
Yeah. Quite a few. 1,
Yeah.
2, 3, 4, 5.
Don't worry about that just yet.
It's a big and hugely demanding role for any professional. Neither Jane Gilchrist nor Denise Lee has any professional operatic experience.
It looks rather steep.
I think it probably is.
Oh my God!
It probably looks worse from this end.
The challenge for them and ENO is enormous. Acting on the big stage has special challenges for Denise in particular.
I'm okay. It's quite safe. It really is. I'll go on it. I'll come on. I'm on it now. Can you feel it? If it'll take me, it'll take you. But each section was actually designed to take the weight of a man falling onto it. There's actually a net even on the other side. Look, Sam.
So
What's also worth saying, Denise, is that you are never this far downstage.
No. I might be.
Somebody will have grabbed. Somebody will have grabbed you before you get that far down.
Yeah. She gets stabbed at the end.
Yeah.
And then he realises that it's Gilda, his daughter, and he's upset, obviously. But Jane and I are sharing the part, and you'll be able to come and watch.
Oh, so you're that girl who gets stabbed?
Yeah, it's on March the 1st. Oh, well, it wouldn't be for real, would it?
Just pretend.
Dog.
The intensive training to create a Gilda now begins. Both must learn the whole role of Gilda. How it will be split will be decided later. They must both be utterly focused on their preparation.
It would have been very easy for Jane and I to see each other as rivals, and fortunately we don't, because I think we both feel so lucky to be here and to have this part split, because neither of us anticipated that we'd have so much to do.
OK, darling. Good luck with it all. What a lot to learn.
This leg pulls this leg.
Right.
Now, they both straighten.
They'll have to do an enormous amount of work, physical and mental, to become a credible Gilda. It's a huge challenge, especially if you've got 4 kids.
They take the mickey a little bit in the car, certain bits. Her solo with all the runs, they're all going, oh, like this, completely out of tune, but there you go. And I say, shush, Mummy needs to learn that bit. That's the hard bit.
You've completely scuppered yourself.
Yeah, I have, you're right.
Right? So,
Can I please get up?
it's... No! This is your punishment!
To my
Just try to crawl over to me.
They've now been told how the part will be split. Studio rehearsal, and there's 4 weeks to go before their big night.
I've got jelly legs.
My stomach is like got butterflies in it. Oh.
This is Alan, Opie, who's singing Rigoletto. This is Jane Gilchrist,
Hello. Pleased to meet you.
who's going to sing the first half.
Yep.
And Denise Lee, who's going to sing the second half.
Hiya, hi.
Pleased to meet you.
Yes, you
Reece.
too.
This is your friendly tenor, Reece Merriam.
Hiya, how are you?
The Duke,
Nice to meet you.
Jane,
Nice to meet you.
and Denise.
Hiya. How are you? You right?
All right, thanks.
Ah, it's beautiful.
Stop it.
We sort of grope a bit.
Yes, you can feed it through your... Yeah.
So, and
Look,
then...
keep it fatherly.
She's talking, she's moving, she's living. Oh, heaven, oh, and you've got to cheat. This is where you cheat.
Yeah.
You've got to kneel, get up on your elbow a bit. You've got to move yourself up so that, so that I got to get in. The position to end up is that.
Right.
Who is speaking?
She's talking, she's moving, she's living. Oh, my wonderful possession. Yeah, but that's a bit healthy. That was just a bit healthy. God, it's Lazarus, I thought then.
It's not going to be the same twice, is it, really?
Nope. But you're only doing it once.
Okay. Worth a try.
Things are catching up with Jane. That night, she develops a fever and, more worryingly, a very sore throat. She's taken the next morning to a top throat specialist and so has to miss the vital first rehearsal with full orchestra.
I'm really, really delighted to be able to welcome today Denise Lee. Denise.
Denise now has to face that terrifying prospect alone.
I'll tell you what you should do.
Yeah.
Just come and tell everybody what you do. Denise can speak for herself. She's a real chatterbox. Oh, sorry. I think you should tell us about what you do in real life.
What I do? Well, I do children, really. That's my thing. 3 kids, 9, 6, 5, and a 4th child, my husband, Mark.
You feel hot now?
Yes.
You are, aren't you? My God. Where do you normally live?
Chippy Subway, I've just moved.
You haven't had to sing at the Coliseum yet?
No.
Notorious place for getting bugs.
Oh, is it? Oh, great.
Quite an old house and it's dusty. Right, open really wide. Big R.
Ah.
Oh, that's really disgusting. Horrendous tonsils. They really are absolutely vile. Sit down and talk about what we should do.
You see her, my daughter, my Matilda is all I have now.
Just the orchestra, please.
We'll give you a big dose, starting right now. And don't test your voice. Don't sing, in other words.
I thought, God, I've been missing this all this time. There's just so much energy and concentration, and you can taste that standing at the front, and you can feel the wind from the strings. It's like a draft, as they're all bowing, and you can sense the flow of air coming from them, and it just really, all of it contributes to being a very moving experience. Everybody has dreams and fantasies, don't they? But I couldn't believe it, you know. I stood there and I thought, I'm standing here with the English National Opera Orchestra and they're all listening to me and playing for me and with me. I couldn't believe it. Still can't, actually. I have to pinch myself.
Childa, my Childa, she's dead.
Bravo. It's an amazing talent. Thank you. Well done, Denise. Thank you. Bravo.
That's bloody brilliant.
Yeah, you were.
Oh, I can't get over this.
Jane spent a week not singing a note, but recovered in time to attend the final rehearsals. The two hopeful Gildas have done all they can. But at the very last moment, Denise develops a sore throat. The London Coliseum is a sellout. As the audience, including their former rivals, arrives for the 2-hour show, they can have no idea of the real drama backstage. Till the last moment, it's touch and go whether Denise will be able to sing.
Look at that!
Jane Gilchrist will be on first.
They're from Tesco's at Clifton.
Denise has a high temperature. Her throat specialist, Dr. Rubin, is on hand backstage to do all that can be done.
I do think so now. Yesterday when you said, I thought, oh, it's going to take a miracle. Okay.
Thanks, Paul.
Are you ready?
As I'll ever be.
It's now or never, baby.
Thanks.
Good luck.
To stand here. This is my There's only me.
Tell me your name then.
It's not important.
Please tell me something, one thing about you.
Denise, put them on my face.
Yeah. You're boiling. Good luck. Thanks.
You need some more lippy on.
Oh, don't bugger, do I?
You're licking it all the time.
In the second half, the role of Gilda will be sung by Denise Lee, watched with particular intensity by her 9-year-old daughter, gripped by the drama and concerned now about watching her mother dying. By now, the adrenaline is kicking in, and Denise feels her way for one last time around the still unfamiliar set. After her abduction by the Duke's men, Gilda will be entering to find her father, Rigoletto.
If you go, I have no one at all. If you die, I must die here with you. Mama, forgive. Oh, my daughter, oh, my children, do not leave me alone. Do not die. Do not leave me alone. Do not die. My children. She's dead! The old man
To find out more about this and other great performances programs, visit pbs.org.
Everybody else has got to go on. Talk me through it.
They both have what it takes, which is beyond singing, beyond acting, beyond getting it right or wrong. You know, it's actually what, you know, it's what comes from here.
Wisdom of hindsight, it seems that it was just such a fantastic adventure, and we should have thought of doing it years ago.
Performances is brought to you by Ernst & Young. Public television brings the thrill, the excitement, the anticipation of world-class entertainment